Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Ready to Love Season 10, Episode 6. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, y'all, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. Did they say episode 6? Why does it feel like episode 2? I don't know, y'all. Y'all got to come on, honey. I don't feel like I'm connecting. I should know y'all by name now. Come on now, let's get into it. So when the episode first opens up, we find out that Rocky and Coley are not ready to love. Now, me personally, I was not surprised at all, especially about Rocky. And Coley, you already got a second chance, so I knew it was your turn as well. Back over with Sahara, baby. She is living to fight another day. And I literally mean fight another day. She is in her feelings about the men choosing her for elimination. Now, she has been up for elimination several times, so I get it. But girl, she got an attitude with Cam, and he's not understanding why. Sahara, this is the thing. And, you know, I think you're a decent lady. I really do. I just don't think that you like to hear about yourself. And I understand that. You know, because if you got several people always putting you in the bottom and they feel a way about you, I get it. But girl, you got to hear about yourself. You just got to. So he's telling her that the only one that's down for her, she about to alienate him. The way she acting and talking and whatnot. And I was just like, this is just crazy. So, honey, you need to grow up just a little bit. Okay? You need to grow up a little bit. He didn't do it to you. He didn't. So just listen to what he's saying. Take the constructive criticism and try to fix it. Because if we really think about the men's vault, he about the only one that wants you to stick around. So girl, let's get it together. In the next scene, all the ladies meet at the vault. I'm noticing though, y'all, that a lot of the cast are forgettable. You know how some seasons you have those cast members where you're like, oh, I remember that one. And oh, I remember this one. This is a season where I'm not really seeing a breakout person or somebody that just stands out to me. It just seems like everybody is one big blob. Now, that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note, but that's just something that I noticed. So Tommy is telling the ladies that he wants them to explore their second option. He wants them to have an open and honest conversation with the men and really get to know them. And of course, the women are empowered this week. Deanna sets up a horseback riding date with Hussein. These ladies don't know nothing about Hussein except he's tall. Because every time somebody says something about him, they're like, and I kind of like him, you know, and plus he's tall. What is wrong with y'all? Like, what is wrong? And Hussein, what the hell wrong with you? Why do you have on leather? Huh? She didn't tell you we're going outside, honey. You have on leather. Child, that's a fool. Moving forward. So they start galloping and whatnot. They riding around, they getting it. And baby, and I feel like they were riding in slow motion. I said, why y'all riding so slow? Sit down for lunch, right? And they start talking about their deal breakers because that's what they're supposed to do on this episode and whatnot. So she said that one of her deal breakers are men that can't communicate. She's like, you know, when they can't communicate, I don't like that. She said, yeah, you know what? I get the vibe from you that you aren't a communicator and you just like hold things in and let them linger. And baby, what she say that for? He did not take kindly to that. He was like, not her just judging me. Deanna, this is the thing that I've seen with you. You have to learn that you are not down to the damn firehouse. You are going to need to learn how to talk to a person. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And sometimes you just come across so like raw. How you gonna tell this man he don't seem like he can communicate worth a damn? Like, what is wrong with you? So she starts to talk about her job. And she says, well, you know, because I can't be texting every day at work anyway, because when I'm at work, I'm in the zone. He said, oh, so it seems like work is your relationship. She said, I mean, it is my first priority, and I like for it to be a man's first priority as well. So then he says, well, you know, I'm going to speak for the men, and a man wants to feel like the first priority. So then she states that she doesn't just sit at a desk filing papers, like she's doing something. He said, well, it shouldn't matter if you're out there putting out fires or answering a phone. It's still a job. No, sir. It's definitely different. Okay, she ain't got no time to be texting if she is on her way to put out a 4-alarm fire. What are you talking about? That is crazy. You are reaching. He said, well, the magnitude of the job changes, and I just feel like you might think that your job is more important than your man's. Now, because he is upset about how she generalized him and stereotyped him, he told her that work is her relationship. So now they're kind of in a passive aggressive type going back and forth situation until he said, yeah, I don't think we're compatible. Oh, wait. Okay, now see, he was in his feelings. He was being petty. He was not communicating because he could have told her, I didn't like the way that you assessed me. I didn't like that. Your assessment of me is incorrect. So she might be right. You might not know how to communicate because you could have communicated right there, but instead you chose to be passive aggressive. And Deanna, you might want to pull out your hose, honey, because this date went up in flames. Okay? Pun intended. Moving forward. In the next scene, Tay is going on a date with Naeem. Ma'am. Tay. Oh, why must you be my problem child? Didn't he tell you about the children's? So you just like a red flag. You like it, okay? You're with it and you like it. So she's telling him over takeout that she was apprehensive at first about the kids, but she realized that he's an amazing father. How did you realize that? Have you seen him with the kids? Because, baby, let me tell you something. Men will say anything. She won't let me see my kids. I just had my kids yesterday. No, you went on her Facebook and you saw a picture of your kids. You screenshot it and put it over on your damn Instagram. Have you seen him with his children? Or is he just talking about the children? Because what? He was like, I used to wonder who would want me. I got 5 kids and whatnot. But when I healed, I attracted certain things. Sure. Now, I feel like that was just a spiel. That's a way to manipulate somebody who don't know no damn better, because now you want to get the sympathy. I feel like nobody will want me with 5 kids. It's not about your 5 kids, because if you had 5 children from an ex-wife or one relationship, okay, you have several children with several different mothers. It's giving drop one off and go on down to the next one. That's what the problem is. It has nothing to do with you having 5 children. I mean, it does, because if I'm coming in with nothing but my degrees, I do not want 5 children. I just don't want it. But there's other things that go along with it. I'm talking about you done attracted certain things. Like what? So then he told her that he's attracted to her and he can see himself with her. Baby, not Naeem giving Cisco a pep talk about walking from the bus stop and now he can see himself with Tay. Oh, child. This is a fool. So they get up, they go sit on the couch. They start playing this game, honey. She was all giddy. They were flirting back and forth and back. Baby, Tay like all the boys. Tay is boy crazy. Over on the other side, Shanice, girl, now you're getting out of control. Because why are you wearing the clothes that they have in the back of the adult video stores? Why you got that on? Why? Why do you have that on in broad daylight? Did you walk outside without a jacket or anything with that on? Ma'am, listen, you are very pretty. There is no need to always be so scantily clad. There's just no reason for it. Now, let me tell you something. I am of the belief if you got it, flaunt it, but I know you want it. Honey, shout out to Beyonce. I am right there with you. Because when you're fine, you're just fine. But you can literally tone it down and still be fine. You see how they all over Tay? She don't have all her assets hanging out, baby. You don't have to do all that. So anywho, now that I've gotten done mothering Shanice, Cisco and Shanice are doing a body painting date. Now, she didn't want to tell him what it was at first, but then they're about to get into it. So as they're getting their paint and whatnot, she's painting him first. They start talking, and she's like, tell me something nobody else knows about you. And girl, that he ain't got no car and he living at a home. And I don't know if it's somebody else's home, a group home, a home that people go to after they get out of the pen. Honey, I don't know what kind of home it is, but it's not a home sweet home. That's all you need to know. But he ain't tell her that. I really gotta be stopped. Now, he didn't tell her that. He told her that he shut down in his last relationship and that he just didn't want to open up. Now, when he was saying that, I was wondering, was he talking about his wife? He said he didn't think that he was worthy of love. And so she's telling him that he can have all the money and the cars in the world, but if he doesn't have someone that cares about him, then he doesn't have nothing. Well, girl, he don't have the first two to get the latter. None of the money or the cars. So, like, what else is going on? So, like I said, she was painting him first, and now it's his turn. So he says to her, well, I need a canvas. And, baby, she opened up that robe, and it was all out there. Now, there is no reason that he should be seeing your Hello Kitty already. Girl, what is wrong with you? She was so ready to do that. You could just tell she was just smiling from ear to ear, like, bow, look at me. And I was just like, girl, you don't have to do that. It's giving thirsty for attention. Because a man gonna look and he gonna lay you down. But that's about it. And I'm sorry, but we gotta leave something to the imagination. Now, I get that you said you were a nudist. I get it. I get that. But it could have just been the top. You didn't have to take off everything down to the bottom. It's cameramen in there. All types of stuff is going on. Girl, that's crazy. Now, I mean, Cisco was painting and skinning and grinning, but he ain't got nowhere to stay. So y'all know he all in. And I wish Shanice didn't make her body her entire personality. Girl, what is happening? You done got naked for Cisco and his Metro card? Girl, bye. Girl, bye. This is a fool. This was not a very good date to get to know somebody at all. And he's your second choice? He's your second choice and you get naked. What does the first choice get? He talking about, her showing me and sharing with me that she's a nudist. That just shows that she put a lot of trust in me. She told all of us as well. So what you saying? Like, it's not like she exclusively told you and we didn't know. She told you, us, the cameraman, nephew Tommy, the people over on Oprah and them. She told everybody. Moving forward. In the next scene, Rose goes out on a date with Hussein. Now, he brought her some flowers, all that jazz. They sit down, they start talking. He said he thinks that there could really be a connection between the two of them. Now, I did see it. I really thought that she was a connection with Cam, but I think that Cam likes Sahar more than he likes Rose for whatever reason. And I think that may be a potential. Her and Hussein seem to be getting along just fine. They sit down, they start talking, and he reveals when he was younger, he was in a group home. And I was like, oh, man. The way that he got emotional in that confessional, I felt so bad for him. I really did. And he was saying how he felt like he was abandoned. Rose then reveals to him that she was also in foster care until she was like 10 or 11. And then her parents finally got themselves together. So she was telling him her story so that he would know that he's not alone. And as they were talking, I was just like, wow, who would have thought that they had that in common? Not me. I wouldn't have thought that. So then she starts talking about her son and how that's why she always makes sure that she says she loves him and really lets him know that she's there for him. So as they're talking, she wanted to know if Hussein would be open to adoption because she's had several miscarriages in the past. And he was like, yeah, I'm open to that, especially because of what I went through. I want to make sure that I can provide a home for another child that needs it. Now, it seemed like she got a totally different version of Hussein. Rose is so feminine and flirty. She really brings out another side to the men. This is totally opposite of how he responded to Deanna. See, Deanna, if you were just a little bit softer, I'm not saying change who you are. I'm just saying you went in like DMX. Like, you didn't have to, what I really want. Like, you didn't have to do all you didn't have to go into it like that. What I really want from a, like, you didn't have to do all that. Moving forward. In the next scene, Angie and Eddie go for a date. Now, Angie, dang on well that Eddie is your first choice. Now, why did you take Eddie on a date? Girl, goodbye and good night. You should have taken Cam on a date. So, anywho, she went and bent the rules, and then she got bent out of shape when he said something she didn't like. So they sit down, they start talking, and of course, deal breakers come up. He said his deal breaker is disrespect. Girls want to fight and whatnot, and women that don't clean. Dirty women. So she said, oh, okay, like women that don't clean the house and whatnot. He said, yeah, I work, and I just don't want to deal with the chores of it all. I think that the woman should do that. What? What in the Molly the maid are you talking about? A woman is not just there to cook and clean for you. You need to hire a house cleaner. And see, this is what I'm saying. It's so much more to being a woman than having a period. They literally want us to carry the weight of the world, okay, on the outside of the home and the inside of the home, and still lay down. And then if you don't lay down, then they blame you for them going to lay down somewhere else. This is just, baby, y'all gonna have to vet these people because this is just crazy. So he's asking her about her friends because, she told him that she was friends with all her exes. So then Angie tells him, well, me and one of my male friends, my BFF, we tried to be intimate, but it just didn't work out. He said, nah, you can't be friends with your exes. That ain't gonna work for me. She's like, well, I don't want to let my friends go, so me and him, we're not compatible. He told her, I don't even want them calling you. I'm not down for the phone calls. I'm not down for it. Now, I know this may be an unpopular opinion, but okay, whatever. I am not big on all that either. Friends with the opposite sex and they are exes, that's doing too much. I'm sorry. Nope, that's not going to work for me. And then she said they tried to be intimate. So y'all tried the sexuals? Oh, no, ma'am. Nope. Y'all can call me whatever y'all want to. Y'all can call me insecure. Y'all can call me crazy. Don't call me that in the comments, but I'm just but I'm not getting down with that. No. You know, it's one thing to be friends with an ex. You see them, there's no hard feelings. But y'all still kikiing and talking on the phone? Baby. One day they could potentially want that old thing back. That's not going to work. Over on the other side of Philly, Fritz goes out on a date with Rose. Why? I don't know. Fritz just annoys me. So maybe that's just me. So they go-kart racing. They sit down to eat after they get through whizzing up and down the aisle and whatnot. They sit down to eat and she reveals that she doesn't have ketchup or hot sauce in her house. With a kid? Girl, do you cook? Kids love ketchup. You ain't got no you know what? It doesn't even matter about the ketchup. You don't have no hot sauce in your house? Oh, baby, honey, I'm rethinking a whole bunch of stuff. Girl, anyway. So after they got over that hurdle, she's asking him about kids the same as she did Hussein. She's like, 'cause I have had miscarriages in the past, and so I just want to know if you really want kids, or are you okay if we don't and if we adopt? He told her that he doesn't mind having a surrogate. She's like, no, sir. I have to carry my own baby. We aren't compatible. Now, I understand what Fritz was talking about when he said that she was not willing to compromise, because you didn't even give him a chance to talk. You didn't even hear him out. I mean, she has a right to feel how she feels, but she was definitely very closed off. And I'm wondering why. I think some people just feel like you can't connect to the baby unless you carry it. A lot of women feel that way. This is nothing new. But she wasn't willing to hear the other person's side. And that shows that you're uncompromising. And that has more to do with the relationship than you saying you want to have a baby. Also, I want to know, why do you keep asking these men this question if you don't want but a certain answer? So you should just lead with, hey, I want to know if you're willing to adopt. I'm not willing to do the surrogacy thing. Lead with that instead of allowing them to give you an answer and then getting mad because you didn't get the answer that you wanted to hear. Girl, just tell them what you want them to say. So he told her that adoption wouldn't suffice for him. And Rose was getting all hype in the confessional. Girl, why are you so hype? It's simply him finding an alternative. And girl, anyway, in the next scene, Tay and Cisco go on a date. Cisco, you sitting here struggling with them chopsticks and whatnot, child. They're sitting here, they're talking over food about what his lack of means for them. So he said, I know you like to travel and do things, so I know I'm gonna have to match your energy. Right now, you don't even need to be worried about dating. Dating costs money, even free dates. You got to get the gas to go to the park to have the free picnic. And how did you pay for the food? Who got bread is $15. Eggs are $79.99. How are you going to afford the food to go on the free date to have the free picnic? And I don't want to walk around and look at no damn windows. I don't want to do that. No, ma'am. I used to do that in high school. Going on a dang on date in the mall, just walking around, window shopping. Then you might get some from Claire's, honey. You never know. Then you sit down and split a Cinnabon in the damn mall food court before your movie starts. And you go into the matinee and you got to show your student ID so you can get your ticket for $2.50 or $5. Hell no. Absolutely not, Cisco. It's not going to work, honey. You need to see if you can get your group back together. See if you can get your group back together so y'all can get to singing. So you can pay for these dates with Tay. Child, not Cisco. Anywho, it costs money to go on dates, child. You can talk about it all day, but what are you actively doing? It seems like nothing. So then he starts with this, I want to provide. I want to make sure I take care of you. She said, well, I don't want to hold you back. Hold him back from what? Curfew? Girl, you ain't holding him back from nothing. He ain't doing nothing. Tay. Girl, don't make me adopt you as my little sister so I can help you navigate. What you mean? You don't want to hold him back from his hopes and dreams? Honey, he ain't dreaming or hoping about nothing except you saying yes so he can get somewhere to lay down. He said once he has someone that supports him, then he goes even harder. Girl, that's what they all say. That's what they all say. I mean, I hear you, Cisco, sir, okay? Because we all fall down, but we get up. Okay, I hear you, but why didn't you do all that before you applied for this show? And why do we always got to go through the trenches with a man? I don't understand why black women always got to go through something. Then as soon as he get on his feet, he forgets to sweep you off yours. That's absolutely a no-no. No, thank you. I don't want now another man to take me up and through there. And that means financially, emotionally. I don't want any of that. I want smooth sailing. I think we deserve that. Okay, comment down below if you think we deserve that. Cisco, you need to focus on you because this don't make no sense. So then she tells him that her father left her as a child and she's worried that once he gets on his feet, he might leave her too. And she's already dealing with abandonment issues. So then Cisco tells her that he didn't really know his dad. He met his dad twice. And then when he was like 27, he wanted to reconnect, but his dad had already passed away. So then after they connected on that, he wanted to know, like, what are we doing? Where are we going from here? Are we in or are we out? Tay tells him that she wants to strengthen their connection and she's happy that he's sitting there. First of all, Tay, the ball is in your court. So you should be making sure he's on his P's and Q's before you promise him anything. And listen to me. I'm telling you right now, once they know that they can hit you with the okie doke, they gonna always do that, girl. You need to wise up. But baby, the way she got up and leaned in like this was her first kiss ever, baby, that was funny to me. I said, Tay, why you kiss that man like that? Child, you crazy as hell. She's sweet as I'll get out, but I would not entertain Cisco at that age with nothing but fine to offer. No, ma'am. Absolutely not. Moving forward. This girl is a whole nurse and ready to risk it all for old sweaty Cisco. Baby, when I tell you those daddy issues will do you in every single time, I know from experience. My 20s up until almost my mid-30s, baby, were hell. Do you hear me? Hell on wheels, daddy issues. And I grew up in the house with my daddy. So you can only imagine if you went through something else. Shanice did all that nakedness, and he still head over heels for Tay. You hate to see it. Tay, you know you don't have to choose one of these men, right? You don't have to choose one of them. There's no nice men down to the hospital, as my grandmother calls it. So you in and out that hospital every day, and you don't see no nice men. Child, this is a fool. In the next scene, all the women meet back up at the vault. We didn't see Kiara this episode. I noticed that, and we didn't see Jay either. Maybe they don't have a second choice or something. Maybe that's why. Anywho, Tommy wants to know about the dates. He starts with Tay. Tay talked about the date with Cisco and Naeem. Now, what I noticed is she didn't reveal that they kissed. She didn't say anything about it. So Shanice tells them about the painting date and how she was nude. And they were like, what? Now, Tommy, this is what I have noticed about you. Sometimes you get inappropriate. You are always overstepping, talking about, I ain't mad at it. You don't need to be worried about what she got on and what she ain't got on. And see, when that wife get an attitude, then you act like you don't know why. Talking about you ain't mad at it. Sir, you're married. You always want to talk about your 26 years. And you might have done all that, Shanice, but he still want to put his PlayStation 5 in Tay's living room. Baby, they gonna hook that PlayStation 5 up if they don't do nothing else, honey. Child, ain't he gonna borrow her car? Child, this is a fool. Tay was not feeling that at all. Shanice, girl, you was ready to tell that tea. Tay, go on, tell her y'all kissed. Go on, girl. So then Tommy wants to know who they aren't feeling. Deanna said Hussein because he compared firefighting with doing paperwork. And I mean, that's not exactly the way that he said it. I feel like that was a little bit misleading because you have to give the entire context as to why he said what he said. It wasn't good what he said. It didn't make no damn sense, but he didn't say it the way that you're saying it here in this lounge. Rose said that she got a different side of Hussein. She like him. Angie said Eddie has his non-negotiables and they do not align with hers. Girl, you just want to keep those men around and you ain't fooling me. Tay said Eddie because he's just too much. It just seems sexual all the time. He always trying to turn up and have a drink and whatnot. Sahara said Eddie because it doesn't seem like he's there for the right reasons. He did a play. Deanna begs to differ. She said, girl, you need to speak for yourself. That is your experience, not mine. So then Kiara said Fritz because he's into the poly of it all. He trying to fool them, and Shanice, you've been fooled, honey, because he's into it. Sahara brings up how Fritz texted her trying to be cool after he wanted her gone last week. And that was only so he could make sure that So then Deanna chimes in. Girl, please, sit back. She's speaking on her experience with him. I know the people don't like Sahara and whatnot, but what she was saying was 100% real. I've been peeped his game long time ago. Now, granted, I do feel like she's on her get back, but Fritz brought it on himself, so I don't feel bad for him. So then Sahara tells the ladies, okay, well, I mean, you're talking and whatnot, but Fritz told me that he was playing this whole time and he just now started getting serious. So then Shanice pipes up and says, Sahara, you're not. Shanice brings up how Fritz makes her feel safe, and girl, everybody make you feel safe. How Fritz makes her feel safe, and Sahara is trying to manipulate them into getting rid of the wrong person, and she's just sitting up here lying. Actually, she's not lying. He told her that he was playing in y'all damn face. He told her just that. The fact that there's even a back and forth about Fritz is laughable. Child, this is oh my God, baby. And this is what y'all think is the pick of the litter? Okay. And Shanice, just because you like him for whatever reason doesn't mean that she's lying, because she's actually not lying. It's just her delivery. She's just too much. So it's the right message, but it's the wrong messenger, because what she's saying is true. So then Tommy pipes up, well, that's why I say all of y'all got an individual. Sir, anyway, he pipes up because he can see it's finna go left. So then out of nowhere, Rose says, yeah, it's messy and it's bad for Fritz, because come to find out he want a surrogate. I don't want nobody else client carrying my baby. Girl, sit back. Girl, just sit back. That is not a reason for that man to be sent home. Now, he done some things and he got some other issues, but the surrogacy thing is not a reason to send that man home. People talk about that in relationships all the time. You brought it to him. He was trying to make sure that he gave you other options in case you are not able to carry a child. So you piping up and I don't know why. Girl, sit back. Baby, they are messy for sending Fritz with Sahara. Why did y'all do that? Because y'all already know how this girl is. Rose goes on a date with Eddie. Sahara says, so it's been like 24 hours since you've been serious? He said, nah, it's been like a week. Well, honey, we've been here for over a month. Because this is episode 6. And it's 4 weeks in a month. And you only been serious for one of them? But they say Sahara is lying. Anyway, so then immediately she went into what happened in the vault. Honey, she couldn't wait to bring that up. One thing about Sahara, though, that I noticed is that she gon' hold a grudge. Y'all, please leave her alone, because she gon' hold a grudge. And that's crazy, girl, because in this experiment, you have to take the constructive criticism and fix it so you know you're ready to love. So she starts talking about what the women think about him and the poly of it all and whatnot, and him only talking to them when it's time to go into the vault. And that's the truth, because I peeped it when he did that with Rocky. Yeah, I'm in invite you to my birthday party. And where Rocky at the house. Over on the other side, Rose is telling Eddie that the ladies brought up his flirty energy and his drinking. Now, I wasn't expecting her to say it like that, because that gave to me that he has a drinking problem. Does he get drunk often? I was just trying to figure it out. Now, I think what Tay meant is that he likes to turn up. Not that he's a drunk. Y'all are not giving these messages the right way. Back over with Sahara and Fritz, she tells Fritz that had he been open, they wouldn't be having this conversation. He said, well, what conversation are we having? Sahara is a lot. I really want to like her, and I think she's misunderstood. I really do. But I want her to calm down. Calm the hell down. You are giving them a reason to target you. Calm your central nervous system. Girl, now what's going on? Back over with Rose and Eddie, to be continued. Y'all listen to me. Until summer. We are in spring. So y'all gonna show us 6 episodes, then cut to the Never Ever Mets and somebody's son? What is this? Quit playing with me. Why are y'all taking this long of a break? We were barely getting to know these people. We don't know their names. We can't remember their faces. I have to put up pictures and flashcards. Why are y'all doing that? So now it's another cliffhanger, and we will find out who's going home in the summer. Child, I'm done. Anywho, y'all comment down below. Tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. I guess I got a few Fridays off, child. We got to find something else to do. Because what is this? Like, why are you taking such a long hiatus? That is insane. Comment down below and I'm going to comment back. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.